Alrighty, Star Trek fans, as asked and going to be delivered, we're going to talk about Armadas. Now, Armadas are a special kind of target. They have special rules. Certain things don't work. We're going to go over that list real quick. So, research, defensive tactics, combat section does not work. The B-Rel, its cloaking system, does not work. The Gladius, my favorite ship in the world, its ability, secret weapon, does not work. Grace Chen, energy absorber, nope. Tilon, objective defense, nope. Tau, resistance, don't have to worry about that considering he's not in the game. Mara does not work. Quag, not in the game, don't have to worry about it, doesn't work. Cerberus just came back to the game, doesn't work. Yuki, disrupting field, doesn't work. That would be overpowered as hell. John Harrison, sabotage, doesn't work. Marlena Moreau, doesn't work. Cadet Ahura, scan the enemy, does not work. Vix's, fake communiques, does not work. DJ Oki, does not work. Chang, dogs of war, does not work. Next question you may have is, where do armadas spawn? Well, if you check over out on Discord, there are charts. You can find it on LCARS, you can find it on our Discord, you can find it on other Discords. Breakdown charts. For example, Romulan space. David Uhl, one of the first low-level systems in which you can do armadas. Are there any hub planets there? No. Uncommon armadas do spawn here. Maximum cooldown is 1 hour, or excuse me, minimum cooldown is 1 hour, maximum cooldown is 9 hours, and a maximum of 3 of these armadas will be in the zone at a time. Whatever. It's going to be the first system where you'll see a rare armada in Romulan space. Maximum will be of 1. Cooldown is 4 hours and 6 hours. Jump down to Huber. It's where you're going to foresee your first epics. Maximum cooldown, maximum number of epics visible at any given time is 2. Cooldowns are 10 and 14 hours. Jump up to the larger epics that we actually want to farm. That's going to be an Unroth, Iapedes. We're not quite ready for the Edens, but we are doing Galadon Core, Unroth, and Iapedes. The cooldown on these guys, 82 hours to 110 hours. If you're ever curious as to why you don't see epics all the time. Unroth, 41 hours, 55 hours. Galadon Core, 20 hours and 28 hours. A full day for a level 30 epic armada to respawn. Now that we've gone over this information, we are going to actually take a look at ships, crews, and why you should and shouldn't do certain things. Oh, get rid of that. Off, 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 off. Oops, off. Alright, now, here's the thing about armadas. They last for several rounds. Which means, if you do something like run a Gorkon crew, Azit Kurla, confirm that. You're going to take a look. Quick victory. Gorkon increases the chances of dealing a critical hit by 30% for the first 2 rounds. That means, in a 15 to 40 round armada fight, Gorkon's captain maneuver is only good for 2 rounds. The rest of the combat, nothing. Oh, speaking of which, secret weapon. When fighting hostiles, the Gladius increases damage by 69%. This does not work on armadas. Interestingly enough, though, if we swap ships, we'll go to the Legionnaire, for example. Federation killer. Legionnaire's weapon damage is increased by 120% against Federation ships. That does work against armadas. So, if you're still one of those low levels, or mid-range levels, and you're going up against an armada, and you have a toss-up between, say, your Lego or your D3, if they're about equal, I would make my decision based on what faction you're going to be killing armada target-wise. But, let's go back to looking at the crews. Now, Gorkon has an officer ability, creating opportunities. When the ship hits the opponent with a critical hit, Gorkon has an 80% chance of causing a hull breach for 3 rounds on the opponent's ship. Now, mind you, higher level officer, higher percent chance. I think that starts out as 40, 60, 80, and then it goes up from there. But say if we were to do this, we're going to confirm that. Now our captain's maneuver is, when hitting the enemy with a kinetic weapon, Azabur has a 50% chance of causing a hull breach for 2 rounds on the opponent's ship. So that means, with Azabur as my captain, I've got a 50-50 shot every time it hits with a kinetic weapon that's going to cause a hull breach. Now, that's when you got to start thinking about ships. The Gladius, my favorite ship, fires 2 kinetics, 1 energy round 1, 1 energy weapon round 2, 2 kinetics, 1 energy round 3. So law of probability says I have a 100% chance of causing a hull breach at the first round. And that's why officers such as Azabur as a captain make for a better choice as a captain than, say, going with Gorkon, whose captain ability is going to work for 2 whole rounds. Now you can mix things up. When the shields are depleted during battle, Curler increases the dodge of the ship by 50%. More often than not, when you're fighting Armada targets, once your shields go down, you're probably going down shortly thereafter that. Especially if you're fighting in, say, like an Explorer. That's most definitely going to happen. One of my favorite crews is Azabur, Kurla, and Khan. Now, why do I like this? Why is it good? Why is it bad? Azabur, as I said, is going to give us that chance to cause a hull breach. 35% chance, a little bit lower without Gorkon there, but that's not the important part. Azabur, contribution. Every time the ship hits the opponent with a weapon attack, Azabur increases the armor piercing of the ship by 40%. And they must have edited this recently. It used to be just the piercing of the ship by 40%. So, it increases armor piercing, which is cool. Armor piercing, attack, accuracy, shield pierce, armor pierce. 130k. So, yeah, that's going to go up quite a bit. Fantastic officer. She's going to allow you to mulch through that armor as soon as that shield goes down and get to that whole health, and that does more damage. Now, the reason I like this lineup, Con. Every time the ship is hit by a ship or defense platform weapon attack, this also works on Armadas, he increases the critical chance by 3% cumulative. So, if you're going through 20 rounds of combat and you're getting hit every other round, or at least once per round, that's going to be a 60% increase to your critical hit chance. That's why I like it. Kurla. Kurla increases the critical hit damage by 50% when firing a kinetic weapon. So, armor piercing, damage increase when crit, buku crit chance. That's why I like it. The reason this doesn't work that great, lower chance to cause a hull breach, and you're working on a chance to crit instead of a consecutive hit. Chances versus straight out just always doing stuff to the target. Let's look at another crew. These are the board crews. You got 6 of 10. Sort by group. 5 of 10. Oops. And I like Azabur a lot. Armor piercing is always good, especially when you're going up against Armada targets. Armada targets have quite a bit of shield health, quite a bit of armor. They're big, chewy targets. With this lineup, we've got weaponry is irrelevant. We're going to increase our defense. So now, when we're fighting, 5 of 10 increases the shield, deflection, armor, and dodge of the ship by 600% of the total health of all officers on the ship. We've got our armor piercing, which is cumulative. Extra loot from Armadas. And when attacking an Armada target, every time the ship hits the opponent with a weapon attack, 6 to 10 increases the accuracy, armor piercing, and shield piercing of the ship by 10%. So, piercing, piercing, defense, long haul fighting ship, long haul fighting crew. Oops, didn't mean to go out that far. Let's look at other Armada crews. And there are lots of crews that actually work. You can go with your standard morale crew. Nothing wrong with that. Some people find morale crew selfish because it doesn't help the overall team, but it's still very effective. So we're going to sort by group. We're going to go Spock. We're going to go Bones. Now, this is your standard Infinity Shield crew combo. Works great for Armadas. I'm a doctor. McCoy gives a bonus of 40% chance to the all officer abilities. When the ship has morale, Spock restores shield health to an amount equal to 750% of the defense of the ship. So that means even though it's taking shield health damage, Spock's going to be healing it every turn by 750 and... nope, wrong one. Yeah, 792%. And then, of course, you've got Kirk for your morale, inspirational. That's going to give us the morale. Now, the reason why this is the standard Infinity crew, standard morale crew, is because Bones plus Kirk equals morale all the time, airtime. Now, the other option to go is, say, Kirk as your captain. Usually I don't recommend this until he's a higher level. Obviously, my Kirk is tier 4. He's got, as long as the ship has morale, oops, we'll hit confirm. As long as the ship has morale, Kirk gives all officers in the ship a bonus of 70% to all their stats. That's big buku money right there. That hurts a lot. And then, of course, you get your defense bonus from Bones. You get your shield regen from Kirk. The interesting and funny thing about morale is those stats go away at the end of combat. So, if you win combat and your ship is only surviving by the stats that are being given to you by morale, you'll get that victory banner, and then your ship will go poof. Done. Done skis. Another crew combo, fun to work with, is the Nero crew. I love Nero. I love burning. I just wish they would fix it. They're sort of making an attempt to fix it, but they're not fixing it in a way that I actually like. So, 2 basic setups for burning, or at least with Nero's crew. You got Join Vengeance. At the beginning of each round, if the opponent's ship is burning, Nero increases the damage of all weapons by 80%. That's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Your other abilities with this standard crew lineup: as long as the enemy ship is burning, Kumak increases the armor, shield deflection, and dodge of the ship by 100%. So, let's look at that. If you set your target on fire, your shield deflection, is that a straight 100%? Yep, that's a straight 100% bonus. So, if your target is burning, your shield deflection is going to go up to 4,500. Your armor is going to go up to 6,000. And the dodge is going to go up to 240k, 238k, somewhere in that ballpark. Now, the reason the burn crews are fun: feel the heat. At the beginning of each round, if the opponent's ship is burning, it decreases the shield health by an amount equal to 750% of the officer's health on the ship. So, shield melt, damage increase. Nero, of course. Every time the ship strikes with the opponent with a weapon attack, Nero has a 40% chance of burning it for 2 rounds. Now, that makes Nero strong, and that makes Nero weak. It makes Nero strong because, say for instance, in the Gladius, I'm firing off 3 weapons on round 1. That's a 120% chance to cause burning. Boom. I set things on fire round 1. Round 2, everything's still on fire, and then you have to start over. The reason that makes Nero weak is it's not at the beginning of the round. It's not until after you hit. So your officers that are relying at the beginning of combat, so like first round of combat, Kumak and Vemet just don't work. They're not going to do anything because their turn to go is at the beginning of the round of combat, and of course Nero doesn't cause burning until after the ship hits. There are the new Discovery officers that have different abilities to cause burning at the start of the round. We can take a look at those, experiment with those later on. Let's look at some other officers. Let's go. We've talked Romulan, we've talked Klingon, we've talked Federation. Let's look at... Oh man, there are so many crew combos. Literally, we can do hours upon hours long videos. There's even officer combos that are better for, say, Armadas. But speaking of mud, this is a fun little combo. And I'm going to find Azatbur because she's, like I said, one of my favorite officers in the whole wide world. And I don't care what anybody else says about her. I think she's beautiful. And of course, there's a million officers, so we're going to find her. Now, Eurydice, if you don't have her, you can get her eventually through the recruit packs. But just for the sake of argument with the crew that I have, Opportunist. When the ship loses shield health from a weapon attack, Eurydice increases the damage of the weapons by 15%. Cumulative. Now, this would probably work better on, say, like an Explorer class vessel, because the Explorer is going to have a lot more shield health. Let's look at my shield health. 864k. Not that bad. Okay. Down but never out. This is the mud ability. When the shields finally do go down, weapon damage increased by 200% for the rest of combat. We also have Delta Quadrant technology. When the shields are depleted, Eurydice has a 45% chance to heal the shield health by 5%. Does not seem like much, but that gives you more damage increase because the shields are going to come up, which means you're going to get hit again. That also, I don't know if this is just a glitch or they didn't think it through or it's working as intended, but mud, my shields go down. My shields go up. My shields go down. So, the first time the shields go down, it goes up by 200%. The second time the shields goes down, it goes up by 200% of whatever that new total is. And I have seen this proc twice. It's a chance. It's not a guaranteed, but it is there. That turns your spunky little Gladius into a goddamn Goliath. And of course, Azatbur, we all know why I love her. Then armor piercing. Now, we're going to take a look. We're going to go find an Armada, just to give you an idea of the amount of armor that we are dealing with. Oh, why am I looking here? Nope, that's a low level Armada. Let's find a big one. Oh, hey. Pirate Stronghold. Level 30 Pirate Stronghold. 1,400 credits. Not that much. Epics are expensive. Now we're going to scan this bad boy. Pirate Stronghold. Epic Tier 1. Here's your attack. Here's your defense. Here's your health. Look at that defense. Armor. 82,000 armor. Shield deflection. 82,500. And why on God's green earth does a stationary platform have dodge? But it has dodge. So, maybe you stack up on something that gives you accuracy, which is going to allow you to hit it more. Shield health, 6 mil. Hold health, 13 mil. Apparently it's got a warp range of 2, so it could warp if anything was in range. The major base has been overrun by criminals, mercenaries, and pirates. It represents a threat to nearby planets and shipping. But there's all that armor piercing, and as we know, when your ship attacks, first the shield deflects part of the damage, then the shield health absorbs some of the damage, then it hits the armor, and then of course the armor absorbs a bit of the damage, and then it gets into the actual hull health. So, more armor piercing means more damage in the hull health. The shields are always going to come down eventually. Burn crews ensure the shields come down quicker. Hull breach crews, especially the armor piercing crews, ensure that once those shields are down, you are cracking through that crab shell and going for that juicy claw meat as fast as you possibly can in order to get to your epic loots. But basically, you're always going to want to go with something that's going to have static effects. Definitely not, say, like a Gorkon crew. And then as far as a list of stuff that does not work, Yep, all this information is available on multiple discords, LCARs, all that good jazz. Yeah. So, I mean, literally, this video could go on forever, just talking about various crew combinations. Yeah, your standard morale, or not morale, your standard farm crews, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it absolutely wrong. A standard hostile farming crew is just a stat stick. You're going to show up, you're going to take damage, you're going to deal some damage, and it's just not good. Chen is doing nothing. Pike is doing nothing. Moreau is doing nothing. All three of these officers do absolutely nothing during combat. Don't show up to an armada with this crew. It's bad. Yeah, and then for another example of stuff that doesn't work, DJ Oki, shatter the defenses, just does not work. Doesn't. Too overpowered. And yeah, I mean, there's no wrong crew for Armadas. So long as you're not doing something that's gimmicky and janky that only works kind of, sort of. And as long as you're bringing officers that actually do work, you're going to be fine. Other than that, you do have your mud madas. You do have mud officers. Usually a lot of people are just going with mud, Eurytus, or better yet, when you're still starting out and your mud isn't that, or excuse me, when your Stella isn't that great, Harry Mud is going to save your life. Harcourt Fenton Mud. The ultimate con. When the ship takes damage from an Armada target weapon attack, Harry Mud decreases the weapon damage of that Armada by 10% for this round. This is cumulative. I have tested this out. I have gone and soloed Armadas. It is cumulative. So for example, if you do it right, 20% damage reduction. That's per round, not rest of combat. So the round goes, Armada target hits you, damage reduced by 20%, damage reduced by 20%, damage reduced by 20%, damage reduced by 20%. Especially with those lower level Stellas, if you're stacking up on muds, that's going to help you guys out with your survivability. Other officers that are going to help you with your survivability. Tiza, fantastic officer, really cheap to upgrade, really easy to get his shards, not hard. Tiza has a 75% chance to increase the shield deflection, armor, and dodge by 100% for the whole combat. So I know it's a percent chance, but with these mud madas, they hit pretty hard, and he's going to help you survive a lot. He's great. He's fantastic. Use him. Make use of him. He is your friend. Mud, of course, is your friend. Eurytus, of course, is your friend. And when your Armadas, or excuse me, your Stellas start getting bigger, then you start experimenting with more interesting crews for, say, like regular Armadas. Yeah, like I said, you could go forever in a day mixing up crew combinations. I mean, even your basic, I just started the game, officers are going to work for you. Let's find them. Why can't I find, oh, the cadets. Is she a cadet? Starfleet Academy. So we already know Tilon doesn't actually work. This does not work. You know Chen doesn't work. Oh, that's not the crew I'm actually looking for. Oh yeah, the cadets. Instructor Spock. Cadet Sulu. Cadet McCoy. The Doctor. Cadet McCoy increases the health of all officers on the ship by 10%. Not that great. Psychologist. During combat, Cadet McCoy increases the effectiveness of the captain maneuver by 12%. So say we go here. Cadet Sulu increases the attack of all officers on the ship by 15%. Striker spot increases the shield, deflection, armor, and dodge of the ship by 20%. Increases the effectiveness of the captain's maneuver by 12%. And instructor spot increases the weapon damage of the ship by 12%. And if I remember right, these guys are absolutely 100% effective against Armadas. Yes, they are. I think that's about all I've got for you on Armadas. I could do 1,000,001 crew combinations, but that would literally take hours. So basically just go with your gut feeling, go with what you've got available, but please don't show up with gimmicky, janky officers or hostile farming crews. You're just a stat stick. Just a stat stick. Other than that, we'll see you again on the next video. I appreciate your time and your patience, and have a good one.